Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and it would appear that Ethan Van Sciver is now going on a cope session with his latest The Diary of Heather Swain book, because apparently he cannot take criticism as usual, and honestly the artwork inside the comic looks like absolute garbage to me. It seems like he's slipping away, hiring other people to do art for books rather than doing the art himself, as he has multiple late campaigns that are 4+ years old, like Rainbow the Fruit, Cybercuck 3, and among others. So we're going to get into this absolute crash out / melt session from the old throat goat Ethan Van Sciver right after we do our promotion, as we always do, because apparently these guys still believe that the only thing I promote is the Rippaverse. Even though, yes, I'm excited for new Rippaverse books because I enjoy reading Rippaverse books. Why would I not buy more Rippaverse material if I'm not enjoying the material? It doesn't make any sense. But we have Isom 3 with 2 days left to go, ending, I believe, Friday. Right now at 630,303 in total sales and 11,146 total books sold. And then we have The Horseman with 23 days to go from Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett at 284,934 in total sales, at closing in on 10,000 books at 9,523 total books sold. We also have Yaira number 3 with 33 days to go at 146,792 in total sales, 4,926 total books sold. So closing in on that 5,000 total books sold. We also have great friend of the channel actually, John Bua, closing in on 3,100 and closing in on 100 backers. Now unlocking the first trading card for this campaign. There are 20 trading cards total for this. Your boy designed the backs, and of course the cards, the art on the front is designed and illustrated by Renzo. Absolutely amazing artwork in this book. So we have cover A, and it is a flip book, so it is 2 stories. As you can see here, cover A flip book, cover B flip book. I bought both. You have the cosplay cover as well, and you have a bunch of other add-ons like coins and shirts and things of that nature. As you can see, some of the artwork here from Renzo himself looks absolutely awesome. The first book was absolutely great, having that dynamic of the main hero, the patriarch, dealing with both his family as well as being the hero that he is in the city, fighting multiple villains while having 7 kids return to form when it comes to that father figure role model type of character in this book. It is absolutely great. Just for $10 you can pick this one up. So from Grover Cleveland, shout out to him, showing this absolute meltdown as guys claim that this is somehow a joke when jokes typically should be funny. This isn't really funny. This is him absolutely crashing out and clearly being sarcastic. Obviously, I know that. I can tell by it, but he's been hinting at things like doxing Yellow Flash because apparently he made fun of John Malin, said some things he really shouldn't have said towards John Malin. However, doxing has no place in the indie comic space, and this is why people continue to not like you and the people around you, because the people around you don't call out your nonsense, and they just absolutely agree with this garbage. Even though there are some individuals that claim that I do this garbage, which I do not. I do not condone doxing at all. Nobody should be doxed, no matter how much you dislike someone. You just shouldn't do that. But most of these guys in New CG have absolutely no principles, no ethics, so they're pretty much for anything negative towards people they dislike or absolutely hate. So he says Comicsgate Kangs are having melties and coping, seething at small channels because the big ones ignore them. Yes, you have a washed up comic pro that I've been saying this for a while. The man is an absolute has-been, an absolute washed up comic pro, literally coping on a daily basis over my tiny channel of 2,500 subscribers. I appreciate everyone who is a subscriber, and I'm sure there are a bunch of haters. Hi, haters. You guys are also subscribers here. Some of y'all been here for 2 years because apparently you can't quit me. You just have to be here. So I appreciate you for getting them numbers up along with my actual loyal fans of the channel. Appreciate everyone who's here. But let's get into the video so you guys can see the mental breakdown of this man here.
And there's nothing you can do about it. You can make all the videos that you want, Sturgis. Ooh, homeless Larry's gonna get a boner. But I'm gonna be the one to do it, Sturgis. Me. This guy right here. I'm gonna be the one to finally unmask your boyfriend, Yellow Flash. And we're gonna find out.
What's with the homoeroticism with these guys? Do you guys have anything else? Like, you guys have nothing. You guys literally sit here and say homoerotic crap literally all the time. This is the same man who literally sees male genitalia in artwork where there is no male genitalia when it came to something that Mike S. Miller drew. Let's continue.
What that big double R from Michigan really looks like once and for all. And there's nothing he hiding. Go ahead. What is he hiding anyway? What is he hiding, Sturgis? Make more videos with pictures of...
He's hiding his... And he's hiding his face and hiding his location, similar to anybody else who would not want weirdos and freaks like you to absolutely try to harm him or his family. It's very interesting that you're perfectly okay with doxing former customers, as you have done in the past, and this isn't new. This isn't a new thing for you, so this is absolutely not surprising that you would be wanting to quote-unquote unmask an individual simply because you dislike them.
Me with peanut butter on my dick all you want. You're gonna be the one with peanut butter on your dick, Sturgis, when I...
Bro, this man is absolutely crashing out. Absolutely crashing out.
Finally unmasked Yellow Flash. Oh, Student of God's gonna spread this far and wide.
As I stated in the comments, this guy's acting like Constantine from the Muppets. You know that frog that talks to Kermit the Frog? He's the other one. He's the one with the black hood. Looking like an absolute clown right now. He should be worried about, I don't know, anything else going on in his personal life.
I hope he does. Spread this message far and wide, Student of God. It's gonna be me that unmasks Yellow Flash once for all. Mars Girl couldn't do it. None of these people could do it. Weave Wars couldn't do it. Kid Vic couldn't do it. Anti-Comic Skate couldn't do it. Renfamous couldn't do it. SJW.
Dude, you sound like you're having a seizure. You need to get that checked out. You kind of sound like you're having a seizure over pretty much every enemy, I guess, Yellow Flash had in the past. I don't see really the importance here, but you do you.
Spider-Man couldn't do it. You know who's gonna finally do it? This guy.
Wow. A lot of energy there.
What's up with the peanut butter on the dicks? Is that did I miss something?
God, honestly, I should have gotten therapy over this.
Yes, you absolutely should. You absolutely should get some help. You should absolutely go get some therapy. You should figure out what went on in your childhood that you felt the need to say weird things that you have in the past. It's very interesting to me how badly you're crashing out over this right here. Just want to point out right away, why is her arm broken? Why is Heather Swain's arm absolutely broken? The fact that even Anna, that Star Wars girl, called you out on why Heather Swain's eyes are not green. How is this character yours, and you don't understand the characteristics or don't remember the characteristics of your own character that you created? Like, why is, bruh, do I have to go full screen? Like, why is her arm like this? She's like she's trying to hold a musical, what do they call it? Whatever it's called. The musical sheet, that's what it's called, the musical sheet for a piano or a keyboard in this case, and her arm's like this. Why is her arm broken to hold the musical sheet? Like, what are you doing? What are you absolutely doing with this? Her leg looks broken as well. Like, why does her leg look like Alfredo or spaghetti? What is this garbage? What is this trash anatomy we got going on here? Are you not supposed to be an artist? Aren't you the same guy that said you didn't really get much, many lessons in drawing, and yet this anatomy is absolute trash? Like, what is this? Like, her neck is here, but her back is straight. So her neck's like this, and her shoulders didn't go forward. Why is her shoulders leaning back and her neck is forward? That doesn't make sense either. Like, you even have people correcting your crap because it looks stupid. It just looks like slop. And then you're going to try to sell this to, what, 45 plus, 50 plus year olds? They're not buying this trash. They ain't buying this garbage. I know I wouldn't. By the way, I don't care if anyone does buy it. You do you. Your money. You're a grown adult. Buy what you want, but I'm not buying this garbage. It's so hilarious how this is also the same guy who tried to come at Tyler Carpenter's neck for his drawings, yet this is what you're going to pass off from an artist. This is slop, bro. What is this? Why is this man's nose so wide? What is this? Actually, this is supposed to be a girl. This is actually supposed to be a female. What is this? Seems like Dorko Ethan Van Sciver is a little mad that his new trash Cyberfrog book is getting trashed online because the art looks like hot vomit. He's calling his fans incels. Maybe he shouldn't have banked so hard on Comicsgate buying anything trash he puts out. Any trash he puts out is what we'll say. So the man is crumbling under the slightest criticism of these books. He's really invested in these Heather Swain young adult comics. He's acting like All Caps Comics absolutely depends on this book hitting $1 million. Newsflash, these books are trash and will not hit $1 million ever. Because again, the last book that he hit $1 million on was, of course, Cyberfrog 2. And that was after the launch window of Cyberfrog 2. So let's get into the clips real quick.
Yeah. Me showing these nice little cartoon pages of Heather Swain in 1994 should not have engendered this kind of a reaction from somebody like Geeky Borders or any of these people.
Right.
It just...
Oh, so you can't take criticism now. Is that what we're doing? We're going with the angle that you can't take criticism now? Is that what we're doing? I thought you could take criticism. What happened, bro? Dorko Ethan Van Sciver is a little fruity and slip because he knows Comicsgate is turned off by the awful art in his new Cyberfrog book. Yes, a lot of people called Ethan out over it, and he's nervous about these books and trying to convince people to buy the trash. And this is one of the books that he claims is going to be finished before it actually launches. You know, the thing that Eric has said plenty of times to do.
So, let me open this up so that you can take a look at this. This is where a few spurgs on the internet are really upset.
Oh, people are spurgs because the art looks like slop in comparison to what you've drawn before with Cyberfrog. So, again, people are expecting this. This is the cover of the book. And then when they open the book, you get this. I could have sworn people out there were saying that, oh, you're so deceived by the interior art because it looks nothing like the cover, right? Meanwhile, you're doing that. You're giving people this, which with a broken arm and a broken right leg and a broken right arm, and then when you open the book, you get this slop. Okay. Sure. Dorko Ethan Van Sciver called to task by a brave Comicsgate chatter, and he has no choice but to admit his hypocrisy. After this, he tries to explain it away with flabbity blabby gosh.
You spent so much time making fun of the feminization of Star Wars and then made this? Yes.
Okay. Dorko Ethan Van Sciver running away from the protests. He made all of last year about 3D assets being the worst evil to ever befall comics. He spent a year telling Comicsgate that 3D assets were bad. Now that it's at his doorstep, here comes the excuses and lies.
The art is inconsistent, and
yeah, because he pushed a book by Camelot 331 that was absolutely filled with 3D assets.
Just slapped 3D assets in there. Are you okay with 3D assets now? Now I might start calling people retards.
So he deflects. So he immediately deflects from the question that he's asked about with 3D assets because he knows that the 3D assets are there, clearly. Allegedly.
Now I might do it. Because, like, this is the thing.
This is that same feedback, like when Mike Partia pointed something out in Cyberfrog 2, and then he just deflected and just called Mike Partia a retard instead.
I really think that, like, you know, when you talk about something on the internet, a specific problem, a specific sort of thing that the SJWs are doing, or in the Rippaverse's case, a specific thing that one individual is doing in art, and you say, this is not right, and you say, look, he's just dropping 3D assets into the work. People think that using SketchUp or 3D assets at all is suddenly bad.
You were literally crying about 3D assets for about 2 years. You were crying about it since ISOM 2. You know, the thing that people claim that they always saw, even though it had to be pointed out to them by somebody. The M3D assets were used, even though the M3D assets were used as references in the books. I've always said that, because, again, you can tell that they're not exactly the same. You know, things were changed. But, as people would say, M3D assets are used across manga. Nobody gives a crap. 3D assets have been a thing in comics for a long time. Nobody seemed to have a problem with 3D assets until the Rippaverse came out. The dude literally worked alongside Cliff Richards. Never said a word about 3D assets until the Rippaverse allegedly used them. By just dropping them on the page. Look at Throko eat the Van Sciver completely flip-flopping his position on 3D assets. Now they are helpful tools. Where was his energy all of 2024 when he had Comiskey up in arms about 3D assets? The man cannot stick to a principled position to save his life. I've been saying that for a long time.
But 3D assets are helpful tools for...
Oh, so now they're helpful tools. Another reminder that this is the same guy that traced Giant Stadium in a Green Lantern book because it was easier to do. Quote of the year from Throko Ethan Van Sciver. Woken 3D assets are now precious to him and he must protect them. Comiskey has called Ethan out on this and he is stuttering and stammering his way through excuses and lies to justify his backtracking.
So this guy's like, are you okay with 3D assets now? I don't know how many more times. Like, 3D assets doesn't need to become the next woke. You know what I mean? Are you okay with woke in movies?
Oh, okay. So that's exactly what you did, though, with 3D assets when it came to ISOM and ISOM 2, by the way. You were clamoring and flailing your arms in the air saying how bad 3D assets were, but now you're using 3D assets and suddenly they're good. Okay. That's the whole point. The whole point is that people are calling you out on your garbage. Now, here's the clip where Anna tells him that Heather Swain's eyes are green, not brown, and he forgets his own character's characteristics.
Here's Anna, that Star Wars girl, who says, I thought Heater's eyes were green, not brown. She's right. I completely didn't even notice that was a thing because I don't care what color Heather's eyes are. But, I mean, I guess they are green. Somebody's pointing out this image of Heather Swain as an 18-year-old, and yeah, is she 18 here? No, she's 16 here. Yeah, her eyes are green.
Holy shit.
How do you forget the characteristics of a character that you created? How does that happen? How do you forget the characteristics of a character that you created? Holy fuck, man. Yet another error in the book, Ethan refuses to fix it. What happened to all that sand in his vagina over Bloodroot? Is Ethan going to force the cost of these errors onto the people that buy this book? Is Mushmouth retard Shane Davis going to cry about it for weeks?
Storytelling, guys. That's what this is. Alright, so here's the response. So I show these pages, and I got some really good feedback, like, right away. Yurachmatar says the stop sign is out of place. I did see that, yeah, but I don't know if I'll fix it or not.
Your own mod! Which, by the way, this is a mod that has me blocked on Twitter, as much as he likes to talk a lot of shit. He has me blocked on Twitter.
I did see that. So
a guy points out something that's completely out of place, but you're like, oh, well, I might not fix that. I might not fix that, guys. Don't go eat the Van Sciver when Comicsgate gives him the mildest criticism of this garbage new Cyberfall comic. The fattest men have the thickest skin.
Kind of grass area there. This guy Shantown goes, bruh, pull the plug on this before it's too late. I'm like, what? Like, we're sitting here making this fun book that I think is really going to connect with kids.
Kids don't read your comics. How are kids going to connect with your comics when kids don't read them? The adults that buy your comics don't even read your comics. You expect children to pay for this? What are you going to charge them, $25 for this crap? Are you going to charge them $25 plus $10 shipping for this garbage too? Kids are not reading comics like that. They're reading manga and watching anime, bro. The manga are the art form, or manga is the art form that is dominating the Western industry as far as comics, as far as visual media. Besides video games, obviously.
And he's like, please, bro, pull the plug before it's too late. And then you get this. Your friends ain't really your friends if they are telling you this is good. The 3D assets put in without even tracing them is the least of the problems. This is a free webcomic at best.
And that's when he says, you think I don't know what good is with regards to comics? No, because your comics suck. At least in my opinion. Again, it's all opinions. I think your comics suck ass. And you've released, what, 2 in Cyberfrog in 8 years? Or something like that? Yes, your comics suck. Your storytelling sucks. That's why you have to rewrite your story in order for people to understand the dialogue better. And then you're going to re-release it in line art variants like you already did. Like, what are we doing, bro? And you have clowns like this guy. That's the joke. Jokes are funny. This isn't funny. It's stupid, and it's part of an entire crash out over bullcrap. I literally say such a loser has been in a washed up comic pro. Things I've been saying forever. Things I've been saying forever. The man is coping so badly. It's not even funny. I never ever want to see these guys. I talk any crap about this at all. After this is what you're gonna have to peddle now because you put yourself in a hole where you have to peddle this trash. You new CG losers are gonna be peddling this garbage, gonna end up buying it, not never reading it, and then claim it's the best thing ever. Just like Rainbow the Fruit. At least when I put my purchase in for Rainbow the Fruit, I plan on reading it. Hell, I might even do one of the brutally honest review type streams that this guy likes to do with ISOM and all that other stuff. So, what are we doing? Crashing out? That's what you're doing now? You're crashing out over criticism over your new book that looks like garbage? That even Grok AI can make look better? Like, what are we doing, bro? This isn't it. Just take the criticism. Because I thought bad, bad faith criticism, quote unquote. I thought criticism from all sides was good. We heard you say that in a video from Late Then Dravers. That, all criticism is good no matter who it comes from, right? So then take your criticism and shut up. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and make another video again and make money on this. What I've always been doing. It's crazy. It's still crazy to me how small channels like mine can make you so butthurt and make you cope and seethe, and I live rent-free in your head constantly. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, smash the like button, comment below if you feel it, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. Consider becoming a member for just $1 a month. There's a join button down below the video. That'll get you access to live stream emojis as well as members-only content on the channel. If you can't spare the bug, that's okay too. I do appreciate you for watching my videos and jumping in on the live streams, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.